Watching movies and dying inside. Watching movies and dying inside.
Hi there, gang, and welcome back to Watching Movies and Dying Inside. Today we're looking at 1987's Over the Top, directed by Menachem Golan. The last film I saw that was directed by Menachem Golan was The Apple, which was a kind of throwback, lavish musical. And the main problem with it, you see, was that the songs were not good. As for Over the Top, as I understand it, Sylvester Stallone plays a guy named Lincoln Hawk who enters an arm wrestling competition to regain custody of his son. Which cannot actually be the plot of this film. Like, there's no way. That would be ridiculous. However, I kind of hope it is, because that would be kind of amazing. So anyway, without further ado, let's dive on in and hope for the best.
Watching movies and dying inside. The miles go by like water under the bridge.
I was not expecting that song. By the way, so the last Menachem Golan film I saw was The Apple. The last Sylvester Stallone film I watched was Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, which I guess technically was a better film than The Apple. Technically? Well, Sylvester Stallone co-wrote the screenplay with Sterling Silliphant, which I know is a real name, but still sounds made up to me.
Your father wishes to, Cadet.
My father? I don't have a father, sir.
This is your father, Michael.
Sir, may I ask a question?
Of course.
May I see some identification on this man, sir?
So it seems like Sylvester Stallone is meeting his son for the first time, or his son is meeting him for the first time. I am curious as to why Lincoln Hawk was out of his kid's life for, I guess, his entire life. And at this point, I have zero idea how arm wrestling factors into any of this. Whoa.
Hey! Hey, what the hell are you doing?
You Hawk? I said, are you Hawk?
What can I do for you?
I'm the Smasher. And all I've been hearing on the road lately is this Hawk is a man to beat.
You can't believe everything you hear.
I don't believe anything.
Okay, so I guess Lincoln Hawk is a pretty well-known arm wrestler, and the Smasher wants to challenge him. And you can tell the Smasher is serious because he wears a shirt that says arm wrestling on it. And his name is the Smasher. Cripes, they just got right into the arm wrestling. And it's like a whole thing. Yeah, if you did not know arm wrestling was a major part of this film, you would probably just be confused as to why this film about a father trying to reconnect with his estranged son on the road suddenly has stopped the plot for this.
I'll see you in Vegas.
That guy's sweating a lot. Bull, I think that guy's name is Bull. Bull is super sweaty. It's kind of weird. I feel like when I was a kid, arm wrestling was like really like big and important. Like, everyone was arm wrestling. People were also like really scared of quicksand. And I guess also a lot of people were seeing Bigfoot. Yeah, you don't really hear too much about arm wrestling or quicksand or Bigfoot these days. So...
You hear?
Oh, kill him!
You're gonna show him, all right? You're gonna show him. You're gonna do it. Over the top, okay?
He said the name of the movie.
Please try to make things work between you and my father. He's too set in his ways to change, so maybe you can try and understand him, honey.
Christina, he's a great kid. I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Blake!
What? Now there's a kidnapping plot. It's possibly some of the other arm wrestling guys, or the kid's grandfather, played by Robert Loggia. Whatever the case, it came out of nowhere. Wait. Have they... I guess they've arrived at the mom's hospital halfway through the movie? I guess I kind of figured this would be closer to the end of the film. I guess they're saving, I don't know, the arm wrestling competition for the back half of the film?
Mr. Hawk, I'm sorry. Your wife died this afternoon in the operating room.
Okay. That's a weird turn. Also, they keep referring to Lincoln and the mom as husband and wife, so I guess they were still legally married even though he ran off? And he kind of avoided explaining exactly why he left. I kind of wonder if they're ever going to explain it. Yeah, this film is... the pacing is just bizarre.
That in his mercy she may attain everlasting life. And now let us pray with the psalmist.
Oh, I know what's going to happen. He does have to enter the arm wrestling competition to gain custody of his son, because now that the mom is dead, Robert Loggia is going to use the fact Lincoln is not able to financially support the son as a reason why the kid should live with him. So Lincoln has to win the arm wrestling competition. Okay. That's kind of amazing. The fact that they're playing this so serious and dramatic really, really makes it funnier. Sometimes he's Lincoln Hawk, sometimes he's Lincoln Hawks, and he's even referred to himself as Lincoln Hawks.
Michael Cutler is my boy. You deserted him years ago, and that's a fact that you can't change, no matter what you do. Damn you!
I feel like the grandfather is not entirely in the wrong, because Lincoln did totally just cut out on the kid. The grandfather isn't wrong in wanting some stability for the kid, especially after losing his mom. But I feel like the attempted kidnapping crossed a line. Also, maybe the grandfather would be a little more willing to meet him halfway if Lincoln hadn't driven his truck through the gate and into his house. It really seems like they had to make the grandfather a complete villain, because otherwise there would be no reason why the kid should not be with him as opposed to his father. He has no plan for taking care of this kid, who's like 12, just lost his mother, has a stable life with his grandfather, or I guess at the military academy, which he could go back to. Yeah, he has like zero plan for any of this. Also, he's barely offered any explanation for why he left, other than to say that it was just a mistake he made. Yeah. Maybe be honest with the kid about what happened, why he left, what that was all about. Like, seriously, the kid just lost his mother. He needs something stable. But I guess you're on his side because, you know, Robert Loggia is kind of a jerk.
What are the odds on Lincoln Hawks?
Kelly, what are the odds on Hawks?
Lincoln Hawks, 20-1.
Okay, Sylvester Stallone said Lincoln Hawk. They said Lincoln Hawks. I have no idea what his name is actually supposed to be.
In the entire world.
Okay, so that looks like Bull. I wonder if the Smasher is there too. I hope the Smasher made it.
For an unprecedented 6th arm-wrestling world championship title.
Being number one is everything. There is no second place. Second sucks.
I guess it's really going to crush that guy when he inevitably comes in second to Lincoln Hawk. I'd call it an educated guess that that's where the film is headed.
We don't have to be enemies.
I never wanted to be your enemy.
With Christina gone, I have no family left in my life. Except for Michael. You deserted your wife and your son.
You were tearing us apart.
Don't try to clear your conscience at my expense. You deserted them.
I'm kind of with Robert Loggia on this. He dislikes this guy because he walked out on his daughter and his grandson. I mean, it's easy to say, like, why won't he meet Lincoln Hawk halfway? He's got a legitimate reason to dislike this guy.
What I do is I just try to take my hat and I turn it around, and it's like a switch that goes on. And when the switch goes on, I feel like another person. I feel like a truck.
Deep.
And all I want to do is hurt him, cripple him, get him off the table, and so he never dares try to compete against me again.
Good Lord.
Oh, what a move by Bull Hurley! He has Rick Hart in trouble. Hart is in big trouble. It looks like Rick Hart is in big trouble.
I'm not gonna lie, the thrill of arm wrestling doesn't really translate that well to film. So that was over the top. I thought I had it wrong when I assumed it was about Sylvester Stallone entering the arm wrestling competition to regain custody of his son. But no, that was pretty much the plot of the film. What I don't think I was expecting was how little arm wrestling factored into the film for maybe the first 2/3 of it, and how the main character Lincoln Hawk was kind of shady. It seemed like he just kind of expected that showing up made up for his 12 years of poorly explained absences. It seems like they had the idea for the film and kind of structured it around trucking and arm wrestling, and just kind of let the rest of it just fall into place without necessarily thinking too much about it. I can kind of recommend this film as something that's just weird and nonsensical and really could have only happened in the 1980s. Anyway, that was Over the Top.
What can I do for you?
I'm the Smasher.